Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knows in this gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. Quite some information I wanted to bring out regarding this Donald Trump attempted assassination. And I say attempted because this is what's going on through the news. And there's several stories and all media coverage is covering this and giving their narratives and they're giving their opinions on what they think happened and the FBI is involved. And you have the alternative media source that's actually stating the obvious facts that this was indeed an inside job. That was a strategic ploy from the elite bankers because, see, what they're trying to do here, they're trying to bring about a civil war. Stage chaos, man. Order out of chaos, order out of chaos. And as we know about who you call the Illuminati or the elites or the globalists, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and see, we mention these people by name because unlike you people out there, you call them the globalists. We don't have any gag orders, man. All right. And the scriptures say, go into the shake the hand that it may go into the gates of the nobles. And those are your nobles, the names I mentioned. But basically, long story short, this is an attempt to start more of a division because you have the Antifa. OK, you got the MAGA. You got all these KKK supremacist groups. You got the LGBT. You got all these different radical movements that's in complete opposition from one another because of this guy, Donald Trump and the Biden administration, which all these administrations are set up to bring nothing more than division. OK, so what you're seeing here is by no way of a coincidence because we don't believe in coincidences. You see, Esau Edom, through his left-hand priesthood, he have these events already foretold or foreshadowed because you have to understand that Esau Edom, he wants to set up a counterfeit priesthood that mimics the right-hand side, but is shrouded in Satan and Satanism, in which the Most High is really behind it all anyway, because this is the Lord's left hand. So they have something which is called the Illuminati card game. I believe a game which came out back. I think this shit came out back like in some people say the 80s, the 70s, but I think it came back like out in the 60s, maybe before then. But basically it's I won't say a board game, but it's like a card game when they have all these foretold events about events taking place in the world. And then they somehow play out according to these cards is because this is the left-hand priesthood. And this is their way of being divine. And this is their prophesizing on the left-hand side. Because on the right-hand side, you have us. You got the biblical prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Jonah. You know, you got the men of the Lord that foretold events predicating to the return of Yahweh Shah, who you call Christ. Which fast forward today, you have us in the same lot as the prophets because we are the prophets coming back. Foretelling events and they're happening as we're foretelling them. But see, Esau Edom on the left-hand side is trying to do the same thing. So what are the chances that, and I'm going to show y'all the video, brother, but this card is, the matter of fact, the Illuminati card game, card title Enough is Enough. At any time, in any place, our snipers can drop you. And what are the chances that this guy, Donald Trump, allegedly got assassinated, almost got assassinated yesterday? Okay, his videos that was coming out, and I'm going to play it too. But it don't make sense. It's sloppy. I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got different snipers giving their account on how of a particular shot or how difficult that shot was to take and why didn't they have anybody on that roof and they didn't get him out in time. And, you know, once they picked him up, he did the fist pump with a victory of the fight, you know. He did all these things just to show you the loophole in Secret Service as to them not even keeping the man out of sight. They not supposed to give him a chance to show his head because if somebody's trying to take your head off and you have protection, the last thing you're going to do is stick your head out in the line of sight and get your shit knocked off. So this is all theatrics, man. Okay. Allegedly, he wasn't even shot. They said that the blood that was on his ear is from like, I think the bullet or the pellet hit like the podium and like a glass shattered or something. But even then, you letting out 5 or 6 shots and you got a sniper already that's locked on to this guy. He let out 5-6 shots and ain't nobody else get hit. Come on, man, I'm not buying it. But either way it go, if he gets selected, they may assassinate him, and it could be real, it can be fake. I mean, it could be a body double. Who knows? But either way it go, this society is heading into civil war. And not only that, this is the elites foretelling the events so they can set up their new world order. Okay, peep this. Enough is enough, right? These are the card. This is the card game. And if you see that this card was made back in 1995, and if you look at this, I guess that's the bullet. But this looks like Donald Trump. And I'm gonna play a segment of these videos to show you straightforward that they was predictively programming these things in you people's mind. Because, hey, over the last couple of years, you heard enough is enough, enough is enough. That was a buzzword, okay, or a buzz term or a phrase that they used to pretty much desensitize people to hearing it. So therefore, it's all ritualistic. It's all Satanism, man. All right. It says at any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Because one thing about all these presidents, and they even brought it out with the whole Kennedy thing, we haven't had an assassination in 60-some years, in almost 61 years, 60 years. Last president that was assassinated was John F. Kennedy. Now, I believe you had attempts, but he was the last president, from my knowledge, that was assassinated because he bucked up against the elites. You know, when it came into, I think he went into basically the whole concept of the Federal Reserve and taking the money off the gold standard, all this shit, man. He was basically bucking up against the elites, and they took him out. And this guy, Lee Harvey Oswald, basically was the fall guy behind the Kennedy's assassination, but find out he was just a fall guy. Okay, he didn't do it. Kennedy's driver shot him, and if you look at the way that the bullet hit him in the head, dude, it was a point blank range. Okay, if you slow the footage down and you actually zoom in the car that Kennedy was in, you can literally see the driver turn around and blow his fucking head off. So all the shit they're giving us in the news is all witchcraft. That's all just to create these narratives and bring about confusion. Okay, these presidents and these politicians and these officials, hey, the Rothschilds, they got scopes on these men, so they have to play ball. Same thing with Barack Obama. When that demon was in office, hey, he had snipers aiming every time he went up and did a speech. You got snipers. He's right in the line of sight. If he say somewhere, he slip up, boom, they giving him lead. Okay, because that's how these elites do, because they have an agenda. Okay, so I did this. It says, I said the Illuminati gang, which the Illuminati goes into the illuminated ones, or the ones on high. Illuminate, it just means light. Okay, this is why they call themselves Luciferians, because Lucifer goes into the Hebrew word higher law, which means a light or a great light. So by them calling themselves the Illuminati is because they have access to this information, to all the secrets on high. Okay, they supposedly have the keys to the universe, so to speak, in which they really don't, because the Lord gives them their knowledge, but still they the ones that have on high. Okay, if you go into this guy by the name of John Todd, he claimed that he actually sat on a council of 13, because you got 13 families that co-conspire with one another to manipulate and shape world events. And he claimed that he sat as a witch on one of their panels, so he understand the ins and outs, all the way from the music industry to the sports arena to Hollywood to your government institutions. They control everything. And this is why the Most High said, those that seek deep to hide their counsel. Okay, so we going up against a formidable foe, man. And I don't know what these guys, this shit is not a damn game, man. All right, this is a real shit, is real dark. We up against principalities in dark and high places. So for those of you guys that's in this truth and you're not taking it serious, hey, the Lord gonna show you. Look, the Most High is not dealing with that, man. Know what you up against, man, because hey, you can't come to a time when they start to try to roll on us and lock us up or assassinate us. Don't be trying to, you gotta redact. I ain't know it was gonna be like that. You know, niggas gonna get scared and they gonna redact out of it. That's why you seeing these weird doctrines manifesting now, because this is Jake's way of trying to put the cat back in the bag, so to speak, because now they're seeing this shit come to pass because they getting scared. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna just read like a paragraph or two. I'm gonna just read this paragraph just to give you some insight on it, to show you that these events are not by coincidence. From the Princess Diana to the Nueve Once, all that stuff, man, it was all pre-planned. And really, it's in the scriptures because the Most High is the one that gives these revelations, but they're dealing with their left-hand priesthood. Okay, so it says the Illuminati is a card game made by Steve Jackson Games, which is SJG, inspired by the 1975 book The Illuminati Trilogy by Robert Anton Wilson and Robert Shea. It says the game has an ominous secret societies competing with each other to control the world through various means, including legal, illegal, even mystical. It was designed as a tongue-in-cheek rather than serious take on conspiracy theories, which is so funny because they quick to label people sea theorists, but finds out that everything that the sea theorists was coming up with their own point. Okay, they say that the truth is stranger than fiction. Okay, I got this book that I'm looking at. It's called The New World Order by Ralph Epperson, and it's a pretty good book. It's a pretty decent read. I mean, you got to take a lot of it, chew out the chew the meat, spit out the bones. But nonetheless, it's a pretty good book. I haven't gotten halfway through it yet, but I'm reading as I go. But nonetheless, Lord's will, I hope to read this entire book and really get more insight on it, because this is a very interesting book. Honestly speaking, I may just have to do a complete couple of weeks of just reading, no television, or very sporadic in television and all this other shit, and just really hit the books hard, man, because shit, bro, we got to be locked in. But it says here, it contains a group named similarly to real world organizations such as a Society of Creative Anchorism and Siamese Liberation Army. It says it could be played by 2 to 8 players. Depending on the number of players, a game could be take between 1 and 6 hours. But this is basically the elite's way of communicating with humanity, saying, look, this is what we're getting ready to do. Genesis of the game. Okay, so it says in 1981, it says Steve Jackson. See, I said the 60s. So I guess this board game, and what, the 80s was a heavy time, because this is when a lot of their plans went into prospect, so to speak. You got the what's this guy, George Orwell. You got this guy, what's this guy's name that wrote that book, Behold a Pale Horse? I think his name was forgot his name. But you had Behold a Pale Horse. You had a lot of you had what they called 1984. You had a lot of these different authors that was insiders, and they wrote books about these things. They even mentioned in one of those books that came out like in 1984 that there was going to be a pandemic that was going to take place in the 20th century or the 21st century around 2019, 2020. And they called it the Wuhan, and they was talking about this back in the 80s. And then coincidentally, we started getting whiff of this shit in 2019. You see? So that tells you there. But it says, in his regular freelance cover, artist Dave Martin discussed their shared admiration of the Illuminati trilogy, and the latter suggested a game. It says Steve Jackson decided against adapting a novel because of the expense of game rights and the difficulty of adapting a novel with such convoluted plots. He decided a game about a secret conspiracy idea behind Illuminatus was viable. But after researching the Illuminati and the you-know-what, and extensive and enthusiastic playtesting, it went on the market in 1982, and it says, and at that time, usual pocket box format. Okay, so basically the game came out in 1982, but they had the concept of it going way back then, because these events have been foreshadowed by the Bilderbergs, by the DuPont. You got what they call the Foreign and Council Relations. You got the Trilateral Commission. You got all these groups. That's a globalist elitist society that operates in the shadow, as we know, a shadow government, man. Okay, so that's what this is basically going into. So when they put these games out, they're just communicating with you, man. Okay, because it's all witchcraft. They dictate stock markets, they control the economy, the media, all these things they put into play through their left-hand practices, man. And people are totally oblivious to it because they can't see beyond what's in front of them. This is why they invented the television, because the television is basically the medium to channel the thoughts of humans and to put the influence from the elites onto the people. And this is why people are so convoluted and so desensitized when it comes into bread and circus. They're emotionally invested in this place. And you think the TV from that, man. News media. Media means medium. Okay? But it says over the next few years, 3 expansions of the pocketbook Illuminati game were published. The first 2 were substantially incorporated into the deluxe edition, while the third was a version of what will become the Illuminati brainwash. Okay? And they go into, just little small details here, which we don't really have to get into, but to show you, man, the elites are moving. They're making their moves. All right, so let me get a preset real quick because this is some sinister shit, man. Okay, that whole assassination attempt on DJ Trump, that didn't just happen by coincidence, man. Okay, they claim that they deaded the guy, where they showed some pictures of this 20-year-old guy. But if this is the same guy that we're talking about, I saw a video of him yesterday saying, you got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. He said he hate Republicans. He said he hate Trump. He said that. But he said, look, y'all got the wrong guy. And allegedly, if the sniper or whoever they killed, obviously he had to be an expert sniper, to be able to hit a shot at that angle. And you ready only to hit that was a damn good shot. Which shows if it was real, he could have really took his head off. But this is the elites playing with the minds of the people. Okay, so this is the book of Isaiah 29, and I'm going to start at verses 15. It says, woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and that works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth this and who knoweth this? So when they give you these bullshit stories and telling you that, oh, well, the FBI is investigating. Look, everybody's in on it. Everybody already knew. Okay, they said that Biden had 48 hours to step down, and all of a sudden this guy gets shot at. Whether it was pellet guns or BBs, or whether it was just some blanks going off and somebody shot a glass and it shattered. Either way it go, man. For them to hit something that precise and not hit him and nobody else makes me question shit. So that was just part of the plan. Bread and circuses, or what they call theater of war. Okay, it's all a stage. It's Hollywood production, man. Now, people do get hurt in the midst of these things because, hey, with any war, you have what they call casualties. Also, Esau believes in something called collateral damage. Okay, when basically he's justified on taking out the majority for the means of the greater good. And like I say, Esau will nuke this whole city just to get 6 brothers, man. So Esau's the devil. All right. But it says here, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth this and who knoweth this? Because, I mean, at a point in time, nobody can figure, nobody was late putting these things on the Rothschilds, the Rockefeller, even a couple of cats. I think Jacob Rothschild, he may have been, I don't know what country he was in, but a guy came up to him and said straightforward, like, the Illuminati, you're not going to get your New World Order off. He was straight telling him to his face. But at a point in time, you wouldn't know Jacob Rothschild from a typical Edomite walking the streets going to get brunch at First Watch, man. You wouldn't know him from a can of paint because they hid themselves. But now the Lord is exposing their ass, man. One cat, I think David Rockefeller, he may have been in, I don't know if it was Germany or France. It was one of them. It was one of them countries in Europe, man. And basically he said, your New World Order is not going to work. He said, get out of Europe or some shit. He said, get out of there. He said, we don't want you here. We don't want your central banks. He said that. The only thing David Rockefeller can do is have that evil ass grin on his face. That evil, sinister grin. Now, allegedly, he's dead now. Okay. But that show you, man, shit getting real. But it says, surely your turning of things upside down should be esteemed as the polished clay. It says, for should the work of him that made it say he made me not? Or should a thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is in control of all these things. He set you up. Okay, the Lord put it in your spirit to come up with your so-called Illuminati. Okay, this is the left-hand priesthood at work. We've always had the concept of the priesthood, and then you always had the ones that mimic the priesthood. Same thing with Pharaoh and his Magi's, man. When Moses and Aaron and the Most High commanded Moses to go before Pharaoh and the Egyptians to show the power of the Lord, the Egyptians tried to mimic Moses on the left-hand side. But Moses and Aaron had a greater power because it was coming directly from the source. And it wasn't convoluted through witchcraft. They got their power from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai on high. But Esau, he has to go and conjure shit up and make concoctions and pray to Satan. Same thing today. So this is the book of Job 20, and I'm gonna start at verses let's start at verses, matter of fact, Job 18. Nah, Job 20. Whole chapter is really good. This goes into there. I'm trying to find it. Yep, right here, Job 20 and 23 is good as well, but it was another particular precepts. Oh, Job 5, yeah. Job 5, Job 18, and Job 20 is good precepts to go into these particular topics because it reveals their enterprise, which this is their enterprise. So this is the book of Job 5, and I'm going to start at verses 11. It says, to set up on high those that are low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety, okay? And that's us. Okay, we're mourning, and we're going to be exalted to safety when we get in our rulership. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And this is basically part of the enterprise here. What you see here, this is part of it. You can't tell me that that ain't DJ Trump, but why does a game or a car back in 1995 that they've conjured up in 1995, which was way over 20 years ago, is now playing out today? How did they know this? Okay, so it says here, conspiracy, you know who, are having a field day over Trump's attempted assassination. This shit ain't no goddamn, this ain't no coincidence. It says the world stage, deep state, and Tifa have swiftly become trending topics this morning on X in the aftermath of yesterday's assassination attempt on presidential candidate Donald Trump by Thomas Matthew Crooks. Okay, now the scriptures say that knowledge should increase and people should run to and fro. So right now you have what they call the information age. Okay, this is in the age when all the enlightenment comes to route. People have fragmented pieces of truth, but then you have the truth, which is what we're speaking, the prophets, because we have the inside of these things. We know why they're transpiring, versus people have fragmented pieces of truth because they take information from here, they come across this, they study Illuminati shit. They even take excerpts from what we're saying. Because now a lot of these doomsday preppers are trying to make their message or their platforms biblically based now. And that's because the influence through the prophets, man. You see? But it says outlandish theories such as rumors surrounding the disappearance of Kate Middleton from the public life earlier this year have become mainstay on X since Elon Musk's takeover and rebranding of the social media platform in October 2020, which was Twitter. It says critics say Musk's decision to strip content moderation to the bone has created a forum that actively promotes disinformation about global events and crisis, from U.S. president election to the wars in Gaza and Ukraine. But how the fuck is this a coincidence, bro? Like, you would catch these demons dead in the act and they would say, oh, you that's a sea theory. That's misinformation. We can literally catch Esau on camera doing wickedness, and yet they'll still say, oh, it's disinformation. And they're spinning through their media because everybody believes what the TV say, which is folly. It's stupid. It reads, it says, thousands shared a post yesterday about the discontinued Illuminati New World Order card game released in '94, which some believe predicted future events such as the death of Princess Diana and 9/11. Going back into The Simpsons, right? Now, people say, oh, The Simpsons predicted this and that. No, The Simpsons didn't predict anything, but they have a formula that they're following, okay? When you go back into their play cards and you go back into their agenda and how they lay things out, they go through their left-hand priests, they conjure up these spirits, and they play them on head because the Lord shows them the left-hand side. So in many ways, a lot of things that they do and come up with is basically prophesying on the left-hand side, and it comes to pass in a form of fashion, but ultimately is because it's a formula, it's a model that they use. And the reason why it takes so long is because you have trial and error, because things doesn't play out naturally to their liking because they're being interrupted, man. Okay, and things happen. Sometimes you may have an elite or a globalist that may not be able to fulfill the task. He may be sick. Things happen, man. But with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, things are spot on because it's all part of prophecy. Okay, it's like the scriptures predict these things, and then basically out of the scriptures, people take it, and then this is what it is. Okay, you got the physical aspects of the scriptures, and then you have itself as prophecy playing out. Like right here, this is prophecy playing out. This is in the scriptures, man. We just read it. So it's not the fact that they really predict shit on head. It just is in the scriptures. It's Bible prophecy. And the scripture said in the last days that the Most High said that, what is that in Revelation 12 chapter? When it said that the flood should help the woman, and the earth should help the woman. These are things coming about. These things are being revealed. It says a book should be opened before the firmament, and altogether they should begin to see. That's what we're witnessing. So with the Simpsons, when they have Donald Trump back in year 2000 being president, walking down an escalator, it's following a script, man. They had it was not an episode, but in my yesterday's video, I showed a clip of Donald Trump landing a casket. Now, I believe Matt Groening, which he's a 33rd degree Mason, so he's juiced in. Hollywood, these are Jesuits, man. These are like CIA people. They all part of this fraternal order, Freemasons. They already have the script on it. This is why a lot of times in Hollywood, they have to get the scripts approved through the Jesuits or the CIA, man. Okay, because it's all a play-by-play book. So they had this guy Trump dead in a casket. That's predictive programming. Okay, it may happen, it may not happen, and if he gets assassinated, who's to say it's really DJ Trump? But anyway, to bring civil unrest here, this is what they need. But it says, which some believe predict the future events such as the birth of Princess Diana and Nueve Once. It says one of the card games or cards show a face similar to Donald Trump with an angry expression because, they paint Donald Trump as being radical. He's against the establishment. He's against the Illuminati. He's sent by God to make America great again, which Donald Trump worked for the globalists, man. He works for the elites. Okay, he ain't doing nothing that they told him not to do. He's not going off script. He's following the script to the T. Okay, he just set up to be the opposition. Okay, you go into 2nd Edges 11 chapter, it goes into the 12 feathers, man, which is the Roman Empire, but it gives you the account of a bird because you have the left wing, right wing. Okay, at the end of the day, the wing is attached to the same damn bird. Okay, you can't have one wing that flap with his hand behind his back and then the other wing is soaring. No, if you do that, the bird is gonna fall. Both wings have to be in unison with one another to get to the destination. So whether it appears that Biden and Trump are beef, that's not the case. You people are eating this shit up because you are emotionally invested. This is why they're allowed to come forth with taking your laws, and this is why they're gonna bring draconianism, because you people are gonna ride behind this. Okay, you got Edomites, patriots out there that's willing to die for Trump, bro. They willing to go to war for Trump, man. And we gonna show you eventually how this all gonna tie back to you, Jake, somehow getting caught up in the midst of it. I said it yesterday. I said, hey, Jake gotta be on high alert now, because some way, somehow, they mentioned that blacks and Hispanics is somehow, our nation came up in all this shit. When yet Jake ain't had nothing to do with it, but this is another way, a green light to take out you niggas. Hey, they always spearheaded back to Jake. Same thing with the you-know-what back in 2020. It started from a woman eating bat soup with piss in it. Then all of a sudden, it became a Negro, Latino, and Native American problem. Like that. Now, everybody wanted to get you out of here. They can easily say, well, Jake vote Democrat, so we got to kill niggas. Black Lives Matter, right? It's gonna get real wild. But it says one of the cards show a face similar to Donald Trump with an angry expression and a line passing the right ear alongside the caption, at any time and any place our snipers can drop you. What are the chances that the nigga was here in the air? Okay. It says the markers of the game have played down ideas of any future foreknowledge or influence, but the cards remain a collector's item and are scored for links to any major scoured, or it says scoured or scored for links to any major global events. Okay. And Esau is getting sloppy as hell because, he's being exposed. This is like a rat being caught in the headlights, bro. He's basically telling on himself, peep this. How the hell did a game that came out in the 80s is predicting shit that happened a decade later? But yet they'll say this is disinformation. But this is, in fact, your own card game. Your people, seeing all the people you work for, this is y'all shit. This is your elites, man. But see, they tell the people that this is misinformation because with deception is a weapon. With deception, and you could continue to deceive the people, you could continue to formulate lies and push agendas and manipulate and control, man. These people in America are straight sheep that docile. These are literally the dumbest people on the planet Earth, and this is the reason why they're getting ready to see a world of hurt, because this system is falling. And Esau, he's getting ready to lose his kingdom. This is why this shit is happening. He's lost. It says, along the public figures using X to push questionable accounts of yesterday's events are Republican Congressional Representative Mike Collins and Marjorie Taylor Greene, as well as Senator Tim Scott. It says, Collins has said Joe Biden sent the orders and called for an incumbent president to face charges for inciting assassination. It says, with Taylor Greene adding to the Democrats have wanted Trump gone for years, and they're prepared to do anything to make that happen, which is bullshit. I mean, if they really wanted him, they can kill him anytime. If he go off script, then they will blow his head off. You know? And he knows the script. Trump is well aware. He knew. All right? Like I said, if y'all watch that video, nobody didn't really seem like they was in panicking. Nobody really, if they shooting at you, you got people behind you. How come the people behind you didn't duck? But yet, how the hell did a motherfucker take a picture of you when the Secret Service gets you up, but yet you got snipers in the area and shots go off? Nobody's really running like that, but yet they're still getting pictures of you, bro. Come on, make it make sense. First thing you do, if it's a sniper in the area, they gonna try to evacuate the premises because that's a high alert. That's a level red threat. So that thing is to protect and serve and secure the perimeter from any proverbial threats, meaning that that whole area had to be evacuated within minutes. Ain't nobody gonna be around taking no goddamn pictures and posting it on Twitter and making memes out of that shit. It's all folly, man. Okay, not to say people won't get hurt, but you get the point. It says, it's a lot. My fucking computer went out, but it reads. It says, meanwhile. It says Scott, meanwhile, who has been touted as a potential Trump running mate, has said the shooting was aided and abetted by the radical left and corporate media, with Nicole Shanahan, who serves as Trump opponent Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s running mate, blaming Democrats and legacy media for inciting the violence despite the previous criticisms of a Trump candidate. It says, in response to a variety of posts claiming Trump's protective unit was slow to respond to the threat yesterday, Musk himself has posted that the head of the Secret Service and the leader of this security detail should resign, later adding extreme incompetence, or was it deliberate? But either way, the SS or Secret Service leadership must resign, because they said the delay. They said it basically they got stand-down orders. They said that the guy had the sniper in the line of sight for 3 minutes, but yet he didn't take the shot because the director of the Secret Service, which is led by the Biden administration, told them to stand down. Okay? It says the prominent conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, this guy, it says, who was previously ordered to pay out $1.5 billion for spreading disinfo about the 2012 Sandy Hook elementary school, you know what, has encouraged Musk to get to your bunker amid what he described as a live coup by the deep state. He even stated that they're getting ready to try to poison Trump. Alex Jones said that, you know, but it says a supposed shadow government, which we just read about it in Job 20, in Isaiah 29, it says a shadow government made up of secret power networks. The deep state has featured prominently Jones in disinformation campaigns, which he's controlled opposition too. Okay, yeah, Alex Jones do talk a lot of bullshit, but nonetheless, I mean, a lot of things he say is on point because he's getting it from the script. He knows he's an insider. Okay, this dude Alex Jones is set up, man. He's not just some radical right-wingist patriot that hates the deep state. You notice the nigga would never mention the Rothschilds by name because he sold out to them peoples. My thing is, if you just so gung-ho about the American culture and you just a hardcore patriot, then why ain't you calling these devils out and telling them to their face who they are? Why you hiding behind that shit, man? See, that's the difference between us and these people, man. Okay, but it says he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, man. And this is their craftiness, but yet they're being caught up by their own shenanigans, man. I mean, they put it in the fucking card. Look at this. This is the new way they on say here. And basically, this is what it can be. You can speculate, oh, this can be DJ. Who knows? You know? Look at this. Other cars supposedly predicted Trump becoming president in 2017 in the attack on the Twin Towers in 2001. They even had an episode in The Simpsons. So they already know. Look at this. 1981, right? 2021, right? That's fucking 20 years, man. That's 20 years. 91, 21. That's 2000 a lot. 2001, that's 20 years. And all of a sudden, bam. And then all of a sudden you had the war on what? TROR, which was all folly. It was all made up. But anyway, it says here, it says a supposed shadow government made up of secret power networks the deep state has featured prominently in Jones' campaigns, peddled to follow from his fake news website InfoWars. They put that man, they discredited Alex Skull and Bone. It says, so too has the U.S. left-wing anti-radical political movement Antifa, which has grown substantially in influence and membership following Trump's electoral victory in 2016, and whose members have in recent years shown willingness to employ violence in pursuit of their aims. It says the characteristically agitated video posted to X that has since garnered more than 5 million views. Jones said, I've told you for months on air that they're trying to kill Trump. It says that when they try to kill Trump, they're going to go after everybody else that is his top supporters. So yeah, man, and I'm not going to read all this shit, all right? I'm not reading all this. But nonetheless, this is just another way of starting civil war, because they got to get this thing up and running. They got to collapse the economy. The micro C has to come. All hell has to break loose so they can be justified on basically playing hero. Okay? So going back to the precept, and it says here, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward carry headlong. And it says, and they meet with darkness in the daytime, and they grope in noonday as the night. Okay, right, man. Because the Most High is upsetting their counsels. Okay, they're not going to be able to fully get that NWO off the ground, because for the simple fact, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is upsetting the plan. But it's still playing out according to prophecy, man. Okay? So let's go from here to the book of Isaiah 47. And I'm going to play that video I got. I know I've been sitting on it, but I wanted to make these points first, because sometimes I tend to speak and I will forget, because I want to dish everything into this one lesson, so to speak. And I like to, cover every stone. I like to leave no stone unturned. That way you brothers and you few sisters out there are getting this information, and you're getting edified and built up at the same time. Okay? So this is the book of Nahum 3:1. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery, and the prey departed not. Yeah, because everything here is based on a generated lie. Okay? The way we live is a lie. The way the women give birth, it's been predicated in a lie. The school systems, the way we live, the vehicles, what we learned in school, man, everything is totally turned upside down. We were told that our women had to lay on their back and give birth, but in the ancient world, they squat. You had 2 stakes and you squat. It's like taking a crap, man. And then you have what they call water birth, when basically you sit in a tub or you squat and then the baby comes out. And the baby is not going to drown because it was compacted in water 9 months, So before they get their first taste of oxygen hitting this atmosphere, they've learned to hold their breath, So if a baby can go face down in the water and not drown. But it says the noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of wheels and the prancing of horses and the jumping chariots. That's their technology. That's their vehicles, their military equipment. The horse lifted up both the bright sword, horsemen, which represents your military men, your cops, okay, the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there's a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there's none end of their corpses, and they stumble upon their corpses because the dead. These people in America getting ready to get judged, man. The Lord's getting ready to wipe these people out. And the only thing we got to do, brothers, is sit back, enjoy it, and stay the hell out the way, and try not to get caught up in the Lord's wrath, because the Lord is getting ready to bring a sweeping plague of death through America, man, all right? And if you ain't on the side of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, I can guarantee you, without a question, you will get caught up in that sweep. And it says, because the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through our whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Yeah, man. This is their sorcery. Okay, this is their witchcraft here. This is witchcraft, man. Okay, look at this. The bullet by the right ear. Come on, man. This is not a coincidence. But yet Esau still saying, oh, that's disinfo. You can't say that. The FBI is trying to figure out why was he shot. Come on, motherfucker. Y'all know. All right, but this Esau plan on the mind of you bucket brain Americans out there, because you people are stupid. And you default for anything. So honestly, you deserve exactly what the elites are doing. I don't even feel bad for you people, because you too damn stupid, man. Only thing you know how to do is work a fucking 9 to 5 and pay some goddamn taxes and be on social media and watch TV all damn day and eat abomination. That's all you people do here. So you need to get the missiles. You need to be burnt up, in my opinion. And clearly the Lord agrees with it because it's in the scriptures. But it says, behold, I am against thee, says the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. You know how you catch a chick getting ready to give some head or get buzzed down? That's the America. Most High call that as getting ready to bust down. And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. You got, what's this guy's name? Putin. You know, you got Putin out there. You got Kim Jong mentally ill. I call him that. Or Kim Jong-un. You got all these world leaders. The president of Syria. All these people making mark. They just sitting back laughing and shaking their head. I can see Putin right now. You know how when he put that hand on his head and he put his head down and he shake his head and smirk. That's what he's doing, because he's looking at how can people continue to fall for this tyranny, man. And even Putin is juiced in with the elites. He's just on a different side. Controlled opposition. It's all a game of chess, man. But it says, and I will show thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. Yeah, because everybody is looking. All eyes is on Babylon now. Okay, this whole Trump shit, this shit is going to be going viral all the way up into the elections. They going to cover this every damn day. They going to cover this, man. This ain't going nowhere. This is going to be a constant topic. So for you brothers out there that don't never have anything to go into as far as prophecy, bam, the Lord just gave you something to talk about. Go ahead and eat it. You could do a lesson on this shit every day, to be honest with you, because it's ongoing. It's prophetic. And it says here, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? When shall I seek the comforters for thee, man? Okay. And Nineveh is another way of saying America. This is basically, they follow the same sentiment. Okay. The men become women and women became men. Women were heavily infatuated with whoredom during the time of the Assyrian Empire, which Nineveh was a city, I believe, during the time of the Assyrian Empire. Okay, you had women that was complete harlots. You see? So yeah, let me play this video and then I'll get a couple more precepts and we end it on that. So here we go. So it says, breaking, and this is from Twitter. Jonathan Willis, the officer in the famous photo of the two snipers who you see right here. They already got the line of sights on somebody. It says, the two snipers on the roof at Trump's rally has informed the public that he had the assassin in his sight for at least 3 minutes. Should have took the shot. But the head of the Secret Service refused to give the order to take out the perpetrator. They prevented him from stopping the assassin before he took shots at President Trump. So they already had him in the line of sight. Because with every sniper, unless you just that good, you have what they call a spotter. Okay, anybody that went to sniping school, you have a spotter. Because sometimes, shit, hey, look up that movie called American Sniper with Chris Kyle. All right, which, hey, he may have been a Jake, who knows. But regardless of that, when you a sniper, you have to learn a few things. For one thing, you got to learn patience. You got to learn how to protect your it's a psychological game. I know in one game, they prescribe something called discipline or discipline. It's like it's not like an anti-inflammatory drug, but what it does is it cools the nervous system. Okay, it almost works like a bombing agent to the central nervous system, like peppermint tea, chamomile tea, which calms the central nervous system. And what that drug is designed to do is really for snipers. They give them something to calm their nerves so they can sit dormant in a place for a fucking week if they have to get the shot. If they say, well, look, man, this target is going to move out in 2 months, we need you to stationary in this place. And yeah, you rotate shifts because nobody's gonna land a ditch for 2 months. But nonetheless, man, you got to be there to take that target out, even if it means sitting on this nigga for a week. So you got to have a spotter there because you got to switch, unless you're just a good shot, you know. But sometimes a sniper could sit in a ditch for a week and a half with shitting and pissing on himself just to get that target, man. Any brother that went to sniper school, they would tell you that. That's a heavy position in the military. If you a sniper, hey, you a bad motherfucker, man. I'll put it to you that way.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. And you know, that's...
We know Donald Trump is all right. The question everybody needs to be asking is how on God's green earth was this rooftop not secured? You're telling me a building with a direct line of sight to President Trump within 200 yards, nothing. This woman right here is Joe Biden's director of the Secret Service.
Now, of course, it's a bitch. But now, one thing about it, before they do these speeches, days before they do the speeches, they have to secure the perimeter. They have to look at every possible angle. They have to have aerial footage. They have to know the buildings within the adjacent region. They need to survey miles out. Because if he's speaking publicly, that means that he's going to have a line of sight from each direction. North, east, southwest, northwest, southwest. You know what I'm saying? They have this shit already mapped out. They have to cover every possibility. Okay, a sniper can come from northwest. It's directly in his line of sight. We need to put a guard post here. We need to put one south of the perimeter. We need to put one behind him. He's supposed to be protected on all angles. So ain't nobody's getting through there. Nobody's getting through there. Nobody. No, I mean, it's damn near physically impossible to get a shot off on a public leader unless somebody from the inside did that shit or somebody wasn't on post. They got to do this days before. They come on, man. It wasn't just that careless, bro. It's common sense. But let's listen to this guy. I'm gonna play it back.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. And you know, that's...
We know Donald Trump is all right. The question everybody needs to be asking is how on God's green earth was this rooftop not secured? You're telling me a building with a direct line of sight to President Trump within 200 yards.
It didn't have to be, but they already had the scope on dude. They already seen him over there. You know what I'm saying? According to their sources, they just didn't take the shot.
Nothing. This woman right here is Joe Biden's director of the Secret Service. I think she owes the American people some answers to some pretty important questions. For this to have just been a security failure is a little bit hard for me to believe. There's literally nothing that they haven't tried to do to stop this man.
All right, now look, now this is where these niggas get stupid. Dang, dude, this is all theatrics, man. You act like that everybody's worshiping this guy like he's like the Lord is really there. Oh my God, Jesus saved Trump. He has to be the one. People really believe this shit. Now, you know how this man's ratings is getting ready to go through the roof. He basically already won the selection. He's already won it. The fact that he survived an alleged assassination attempt and then he threw up the fist pump, fight, got the fucking blood on his ear and shit. Actors. But the fact, according to the American people, he's already won. They gonna vote for this nigga 10 times if they can. You know? And if something happens to him after he wins, I guarantee you they're going to burn these cities down. Or something going to happen. If he gets taken out doing presidential night when he's set to win the election, they kill him or allegedly kill him or fake a death or however they want to do it, these Edomites going to go crazy. You better believe that those pickup trucks and them shotguns going to be patrolling your neighborhoods, man. They're going to burn cities down. They're going to burn down government buildings. And they're going to target you, Jakes, because Jake is known to vote for the Democratic Party. So this is the division. And another thing I wanted to point out as well is, okay, if somebody just made an attempt on your life, how in the fuck did they get this picture of you right there? Like, it was like somebody was already right there waiting to pose with the camera. When you shooting shit up, nobody's thinking about taking no damn pictures, man. Now, you do got war paparazzi and stuff like that. Like in Civil War, they showed the people that was, you know, taking the pictures and stuff like that, and the media out there that was being protected by the military. But even then, that's a dangerous job. So I don't think nobody, it's all theatrics, man. And the Most High ain't set up Trump. The Lord ain't delivered Trump. The Most High is not dealing with Trump on a righteous tip. I put it to you that way. He's not sent by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to make America great. America's going to be destroyed. Okay? So.
And they still can't. Now that we know Donald Trump is all right, the question everybody needs to be asking is how on God's green earth...
All throughout America, all throughout, and I saw Trump.
You got this crackpot, this guy. Oh, I foretold this. Nigga, shut up. You ain't no prophet. Hell out of here, man. You got kids in your basement, bro. But you got guys like this. They set up and they give a little insight and they come with this bullshit to make it seem like they give you people. It's all a play on you people's mindset, man.
Rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking. People say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. And then I saw people interceding when I saw him winning the president.
For Jesus. Call yourself a prophet, got a bald head, no beard, and you a damn Edomite.
Through great, the Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and their things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots all throughout America.
It was the American.
And to me, you would give
People saying enough is enough. They're fed up.
And say enough is enough.
Say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And we do not tolerate this kind of behavior in this country.
Me, the guy who hosted The Apprentice and sold steaks. But enough is enough. It has to be stopped. It has to be stopped now. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
A new world order.
President Trump's foreign policy mean a new world order. Joining us now to discuss.
It was the American people saying.
Now, this is the irony of it all. Enough is enough. They kept saying that. 95, DJ Trump, assassination card, bullet fly past his ear, blood, bam. And anytime, any place our snipers can drop you. See? They playing with you people.
Talking Boys believes enough is enough with the anti-Trump movement. Man won the election, give him a chance.
And now you're going to run for president. Don't you think that's a really cool idea, you guys? You'll keep them honest. You'll keep them honest, Donald. Personally, I hope you win, because I can't wait for the the inauguration.
This will be the year the American people say enough is enough. This will finally be the year the American people say enough is enough. Enough is enough.
See? 333 is increments of 6. The number of man, the number of the beast. Numerology, man. So there you have it. Can't make this shit up. Isaiah 47:1. Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, which the Chaldeans were basically magi's and like elites, sorcerers over the province of the Babylonian Empire. This is who that the kings and leaders will go to consult of events, in particular events that would transpire throughout the kingdom. You know, the left-hand priesthood, the Chaldeans. It says, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Now, this virgin daughter of Babylon is talking about America. Take millstones, grind the mill, uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover thy thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness should be uncovered. Yea, thy shame should be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man, because Yahweh Shai is coming to judge this place. Okay? Scriptures tells us at that time he should destroy the veil or the covering cast over the nations, Isaiah 25:7, because people have they have deceptors, they have blinders on. They only believe what's put in front of them, and if anything that's outside of the norm of what they perceive normal, they not gonna believe it. This is why when you try to talk to people about these things, they look at you like you got 12 heads, because they cannot process it in their mind, because their mind doesn't think outside the box, man. These are the people that's still in the matrix. Morpheus said, he said, look, these are the very minds of the people that we're trying to save. But even them, you have to be careful, because they're so within the matrix. These are the people that will fight to save it. He said these are the same people that will basically, they will sacrifice their life to keep this shit going, man. Okay, nothing on the Edomite mindset but making America great again, meaning going back to the good old glory days when they was able to hunt you down in their old pickup trucks and hang your ass from a light pole and put you in slavery. That's the America Esau wants. Okay, that's what they want. They want to go back to 1950, 1940s. They want to go back to them times when they was able to just blatantly blow your head off with no repercussions. They don't want you, Jake, sitting up with them. They don't like you. They got to pretend now, because you in this PC society. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One in Israel. But sit thou silent and get thee into darkness. Yeah, because there's no wisdom. The scripture says, have wisdom vanished out of Teman. It says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Okay? And the Most High, because he's getting ready to break this place down. All right? But it says, here I was wroth for my people. I polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand, which proves that the Israelites are here in America. It says, thou show no mercy upon the ancient, hast thou verily laid thy yoke. Because you got people that can't retire until they're 75. You got people that's 75 years old and still working, man. That's a fucking burden. Who the hell wants to work till they 50? Say, I don't want to work till I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? But we got to. That's a heavy yoke, man. And thou saidest, I should be a lady forever. So thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore now hear this, thou art given to pleasures. And pay attention, everybody here in Babylon, they first thing, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. That's all these people want to do, is hop on social media, take ass pics and promiscuous photos and club and drink and party and do drugs and travel and play, repeat. It says, therefore now hear this, that thou art given into pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither should I know the loss of children. But these two things should come to thee in a moment in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, and it should come upon thee in their perfection, meaning that the Most High is going to judge you. Everything that you've put out, the Lord is going to judge you 10 times more. It's going to come upon you in your affection. So when the famine comes, it's going to be within perfection. When the pestilence come, it's all going to hit this place. Okay, the Lord is going to let out his wrath completely on Babylon. He's going to let his anger out on this place. And that's a lot of anger that the Lord has built up. So just imagine how bad it's going to be. Okay. It says here, but these two things should come to thee in a moment in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, and it should come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for great abundance of thy enchantments. Going back to that car again, that's all that this is. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. See, that's that counsel. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. Okay, and that's the mindset that these Edomites are having, because they feel like since they are on high, they have this wisdom and knowledge. They feel like, hey, shit, we're above the Most High. The scriptures that go into it said that the Most High don't see us, man. He ain't considering. If he did, then he would have took us down. They think the Lord is with them. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it rises. Mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation should come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So, hey, when judgment comes, it's going to come suddenly. It ain't going to be, it's already the build up. Now shit just finna start happening. This right here has put shit on high alert. This has got Esau on high alert. But it says, stand now with thy enchantments, which is another way of saying sorcery, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. It says, if so be thou should be able to. It says, if so be thou shall be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Okay. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and the stargazers and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that should come upon thee. But behold, they should be as stubble. The fire should burn them, and they should not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There should not be a coal to warm it, nor a fire to sit before it. And it says, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, and none shall save thee. So it shows you your witchcraft is getting weak, man. This shit is sloppy. Everybody sees it, and it's to the point, man. If you don't see it, then shit, hey, spirit ain't with you. But I'm going to end it here, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify into the next lesson.